So I said, how can I get to where somebody knows where I'm at? And I was like, everybody knows where downtown is. And then this tiny house popped up and it just kept popping up. And I was like, well, this is a sign. How much? Yeah. And we negotiated it. And I literally went and got it. Same day that I talked to them, went and grabbed it. And my husband is always the last person to know about even buying businesses. I just show up and I'm like, guess what I did?
Hey.
Guess what I did? I got a tiny house and you have to pull it because I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to set it up, but I bought it. But I bought it. And so I was like, I'm going to go downtown. And then I'm just going to use it for marketing. It's a little bitty house, but it actually fits almost half my store if I wanted it to. And I said, I can do themes. I can do this. And I was like, I can do pop-ups. I can make it scavenger hunt. So I mean, my brain
That's
just
what I was
crazy.
like, all the pop-ups you could have with it. Yeah. What's up, Camden County? You are catching episode 77 of the Get In Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Alison Shores from the Camden County Chamber of Commerce. This Get In Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors, Georgia's Own Credit Union, Lockheed, Comcast, Georgia Power Company, Sparklight, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, and Ameris Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors. All right, guys, today I'm so excited because we have somebody in here that I cannot wait to talk to and find out all the things. I have Angelia from Ink and Ivy and Metamodern Tattoo. Thank you for being here.
Of course, I'm excited.
I feel like people probably don't know a whole lot about you, so I really want to kind of dive into that first. So Who are you? How did you get to Camden County? Where are you from? All the things.
How did I get to Camden? I got to Camden because I married a boy from Camden.
Okay.
Did not know he was from here. I had met him in North Carolina.
Oh.
Marine Corps.
Okay.
Wasn't such a, pitch perfect town, but we met, we got married. He went off and did combat tours. That was very trying, but
I can only imagine. Ooh.
We did that. And I got past that. He came back. He had told me, hey, we're moving. We have a little small house in a town that I'm from, and it's on the coast when there's water, ocean, all of this. I'm originally from Texas, so I only have lakes, fresh water. So this was a saltwater thing. So it was like a dream that he described. When my husband described it, was the cutest little house in a cul-de-sac, and it's near the ocean. You can go to the beach, and he made this town seem like, I was about to go to Starbucks.
So you had never been to Camden?
Never been to Camden.
Okay.
So sight unseen, I came here and I learned, never let him describe anything, because the house was not cute. I had to remodel it. I had to paint. It was his grandmother's house, so it was very much her style. And when I drove, I was like, take me around. There was no coffee here at that time. It was just a town. Like Gilligan's was here, and he's like, well, there's Gilligan's. I'm like, what is Gilligan's?
What is
what am I gonna do? Because we were living in between his military, and then he was private contracting after. So he was gone all the time, and then he'd come back. But we always have been around or near some kind of something. Yeah. And Camden was very small about 8 years ago, and that's when I got here. But he is from here. He played school, he's played school. He went to Camden High. So he did most of his stuff here. And I guess he just wanted to come back, and now he's in law enforcement here in his own town. So a lot of people have reconnected with him from all the way back in high school, which is crazy because I don't know him from that.
Right.
So I'm here from him, originally from Texas, but it just grew on me. Plus all this stuff came, the coffee, thank God came, because I would have not. Yes. I would have probably left.
And you have one right down in downtown St. Mary's now. So
oh my goodness. Starbucks, Iliano's, all of those.
Well,
great.
What's funny, the first time, like, I hadn't even heard of Metamodern first, but when you got when you did the Ink and Ivy, I didn't know about it. I didn't, anything. And I was like, what? And you gave away something, I can't even remember what it was. And it wasn't like on your Facebook or anything, but you were doing something. And then I kept seeing like you giving away things to people that I know, like for different things, like just Marsha Whitfield, special steps, and just different people. And I'm like, okay, who is Ink and Ivy? I need to know her. Like, wait, so you're not big on letting people know all the things you do in this community. I kind of want to know a little bit about like what's made you do that.
Do the things.
Do the things.
So I would say, little short story is, if you were describing me and my husband, so we don't have kids, and not by choice, just can't. And it's allowed me to have like a new perspective on a lot of stuff. So his family is in New York, like they're gone.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much. My family has since been gone. My grandparents raised me though. So both him and I never had anything. My grandma made my clothes because she had 3 of us, me and my 2 brothers. And so we grew up with nothing. So we learned the value of a dollar really quick. You know, we never got to go out to eat. It was only my grandpa's birthday. And it was Golden Corral, you know, and that was like the highlight of our year. And so, you know, growing up, I knew, and he always instilled, you know, you need to have X amount of money and save, and you need to do this. And, you know, when I got to my teenage years, I had a little rebellion, like, this is crazy. You know, he lived in a small historic town that, you know, the family name was known, but it only in a small town and through church and all of their little connections. But as like a teenager, I didn't appreciate it then or understand it. So, you know, they had since passed and I'd come back to the hometown, you know, with funerals, and the church was packed out, just standing. Their standing room. I didn't understand who, and it was people from all walks of life. I mean, some people looked crazy to me. Some people, I've never seen them. And it's such a small town that there was no parking. You know, you would think that it was somebody famous. And I was just all mixed emotions for it. But my grandparents, they used to make me take the little, like this wagon, and she would make bread and put little colored cellophane, and she'd make me take it to all the neighbors. We were embarrassed by it. You know, like, why are we doing this? This is crazy. She would always make us do this stuff as we were little, and we hated it. We thought it was embarrassing. Well, fast forward, all of those people, she had never quit since we were little. So even when I ran off to do teenager stuff, go to work, you know, move away, my grandparents always just did not prioritize like the dollar amount in their bank or need bigger houses, bigger anything. They just, if the neighbors moved across the street and they needed something, my grandparents cooked Thanksgiving dinner for that person and this neighbor, and she would hear through the church and she would make stuff. And they just spent all of their money doing this. So fast forward, you know, they had since passed and these funerals were packed out, and it was people just telling me stories, and it was just all of the little things that they did. And so the impression that was left with my family was everlasting, even years after. And they've been passed for over 10 years now, and it is still talked about. The little things like the blankets that were made, the dinners that were cooked, and it was never how much money. And they lived in the most humbling little house.
But look at the legacy that they left.
And so I was just,
that's beautiful.
It was the only thing that really resonated with me. So it made me think back on all of us like riding around with the wagon, and these people remember them from when I was little, you know, 30 years later, and to have such a turnout and be known for just giving. Something as small as like the little bread, you know, or a blanket that she just happened to knit. And then they loved her more for what she did versus, you know, like, I bought you a car and here's us. Like, we were the ungrateful ones, you know, like, give me money and let me get a car. But no, the amount of footprint that she left for that, it just resonated with me. And I always told my husband, if we were ever in the position, we should, you know. And so it started small with, if people needed a place to stay, if we could facilitate that, you know, if people needed money, you know, okay, we would try to do side stuff. My grandpa built habitat houses, so we would try to get involved wherever we moved into little stuff. So I said, if I could ever get my business or any business and find a way, then this would be my way to do what my grandparents did. And so I happened upon Metamodern. It was already established, but it didn't have too much of a following. And I had, you know, like friends at the time that had worked there. And so it was in my PJs. It was just offered. And in 15 minutes, I was like, I don't want to overthink it. I just want to do it. And so I got it. And I just made it. I said, I have to figure it out now because now I have this business.
See, I'm an overthinker. I would never be able to just jump, but that is beautiful.
But I will overthink every situation.
But you did not in this one.
But I can't. And so I know myself enough to know that, okay, if I throw this money out here, I have to figure it out. But if I think about it, I would have never bought anything. I will just squirrel it away because that's what I feel I needed to do. That's how I was raised, save. So I was like, I will never get anything in this world if I don't just do it. And once I do it, I know I have to make it work. So then I think that's what gives me the drive, is I have to.
So, okay, so we have the Metamodern Tattoo. That's where it initially started here in Camden. And you quickly became more than just a tattoo shop. I think from what I hear around town, you know, you've offered a place for people to talk out things, to, you know, really embrace, like, especially the giveaway thing you did with the suicide awareness. I think that
and the boys was another big one that we did. And even when I started, you know, the artists have since, I think, even got their own shops now. And there's some that just went to Brunswick, some are still local, all amazing artists. But everybody has always seemed to come together in the same mindset for tattoos.
But that's what I was going to say, is that like the team that you have now, they are also in the mindset of giving back, and they want to do everything they can. So it's also showing up in, you know, other people too with you. So I think it's important that you've got like a group of people that all want to push.
I do. It definitely helped. And even the past and first starting the shop, it was never, will you please, what do you think? Like, they were even past artists that aren't here anymore and to present. Every single person that has came through without hesitation, at least in Metamodern, has put something in these baskets, has put the money or tattooed for free, you know, has done something where the money is either a check or it's a basket. No matter what we've done or what ideas I've brought to the table, it was always without hesitation.
And girl, you got some ideas. Like, just talking to you when I went in your store first, you're like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, this girl has got it going on.
My brain just goes crazy.
Mine too, girl. But I loved it, and I could follow you because like you're so passionate and excited about what you're doing, and it like that spills over onto me, you know, and I love that because when I get all excited, and then, you know, then I can't stop thinking about it. So I love it so much. And then like you had the one space, which we're going to get to your location and all in a minute, but you had the one space Metamodern, and then is it pretty much next door?
Yep.
You had Ink and Ivy. Now, okay, so this is a boutique. How did you decide, like, okay, I'm going to do a boutique? Like, how did that come about?
So it used to be the ambulance people. So I had always seen the space.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
It used to, everybody knew that plaza because that was my landmark for Metamodern. Do you know where the ambulances are?
Yeah.
And everybody said yes.
Yes.
So when they left, I was sad, but I always seen them in the parking lot. So I would always, you know, network. Well, they had came to me and they said, hey, you know, we're leaving. And, you know, it was like a sad to go thing, but the space, they were like, just happened to say, do you want the space? And I never had thought about it. Not 1 second in my brain ever thought, you know, if they were to ever go, I should probably see about getting the space. Because again, it was another, I think I talked to the owner, had showed up when they were clearing out, and he just said magic words. He's like, if you pay for the remodel, you know, we'll work with you, and we won't charge you for this, and we'll let you start here. And I was like, you mean I can start a business for almost nothing? And then I was like, what can I do? You know, like, what can I do? I don't know anything, but we got to think of something. And I was like, well, what will always be right here? And I was like, clothes. So I was like, let me do clothes. And I said, what kind of clothes? And so I searched. And I mean, I really did try and look all over Facebook and everywhere to see what everybody else is doing, because there's a lot of great boutiques here.
Yes.
And they have long-standing ones too. And it is part of why I chose the styles, is because every boutique kind of has their own vibe.
Oh, for sure.
They're all great, like beautiful stuff. But for me, my problem that I had in the area was, if I wanted boutique clothes, they're beautiful, but I always worked, and it was either gym clothes, uniform, or, you know, what do I wear to be comfortable? But I don't want to go to this extreme of, you know, boutique clothing. So I was like, well, we can do, you know, and my husband's saying I need to get out of sweatpants. That's because I lived in sweatpants. So I was trying to think of what is cuter than what's in the middle. And I just didn't see the middle ground, you know, like the t-shirts, the cuter t-shirts, and let's do just cuter jeans, and let's just do a little step up. And so I try to find that, which also then the next idea, if I do that, then it's a lower price point. So then once I started figuring it all out, but I had no idea. So it forced me to, again, figure everything out. I learned plenty of hard lessons, pretty significant financial ones, you know, like what's good, what's bad clothing. And all of those lessons have helped me, I think, actually grow pretty quickly, because I learned so quick. So I was like, never do that again. So I'm not going to learn over the next 5 years. I was hit hard and learn and smacked on the hand. Don't do that again. And so I try to find my own little network of, this is mine. I think we all have our thing, and
y'all all have such different vibes, and yours has its own like personality as well. Like when you walk in there, like when I walk into all of our boutiques, I'm like, so cute. It's so cute. But it all fits your personality.
Yes.
So that's what I love about it. Like, because in yours, I can't, that shirt that Candace got me that says like, support local everything. Like, girl, I've worn that shirt out. You hear me? Like, it's so cute. And like, you do things that are, that like your Christmas shirts and your Halloween, you had a lot of Halloween shirts and stuff, just like cute and about your local community. And I love that.
Well, speaking of that, so the friendships that I've made here, they are also like crafters. And so I'm like, who else would I have? I can make my own shirts now. And I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, who would make my shirts? Wait, my friends can make my shirts. So, I mean, my business then fed their businesses. And so, you know, I even had local people come in, and I don't take commission because if I have shelf space and I don't want to figure out, because I'm new, I don't want to figure out jewelry. If you do jewelry, I welcomed it, you know, because I don't want to figure it out. You keep tabs on it. I'll cut the check at the end of the month. You know, I just try to find little spaces. I know what I want to have my hands in. And then there's stuff that I don't know and I don't want to know about. That's tricky.
But I feel like in your boutique, you order like things that you like that you actually wear. And I know the first time that Marsha Whitfield went in there, she was like, excuse me, why haven't I heard about this already? And I was like, listen, you know, so she was so excited. Just finding little things that, you know, because some of us have different tastes.
Yeah.
So like, I'm your little regular, you know, girl that's going to be in, I want my earrings to match my shirt to match, you know, but not everybody's like that. Some people, they don't need to match, but they need to kind of
70% is me. 70% I would say is me, but I do and have like taken all of, so I had like a little group, and then I always started posting, what do y'all think? What do you want to see? Because it is about what you want. Yeah. And not everything has been a hit. Not everything that I've liked. Some of it's ended up on the clearance rack. I thought it would go crazy. It did not. So I started, what do we like? What do y'all want to see? And so I think collectively with the little community that shop with me has allowed me to bring and fine tune exactly what they want.
But you listen to people in our community, and even like sizes and styles and stuff, like you carry such a wide range because you are listening. And I think that's what kind of,
which sizing was a big thing for me. When I first opened, a lot of people had come in and they were, where's your plus size section?
Yeah.
I knew from the beginning, just having plus size friends, that, you know, shopping with them was always, you know, you can just see it in their face, you know, when it's over for them in 10 minutes going somewhere, and then other people are running around for the day. And so I never upcharged for a plus size, which fun fact, never charged for extra because it's plus. I do not put it in its own section. If it's a plus version of the small version, it's in the same spot.
Gotcha.
So there is no plus size section. It's in the same area as my regular clothes, or the smalls are with this. It's everything. It goes from small all the way up to as high as I can get it, you know, within reason. And people come in and they're like, where is it? And I'm like, it's everywhere. You have to hunt for it. Just like anybody that comes in with the small, medium, like you got to find it. And I don't charge more for it. I definitely make sure that I would say 50% of the store is, it caters to just about most. And I listen because I don't know what other body types are. And I listen. So moms come and tell me, you know, hey, these fit me this way. And so I end up with well over more inventory. So I've had to like kind of figure it out, make it work. But I don't even know if it's considered a boutique because the amount of stuff that I get, but I'm just trying to figure it out. And if I could find it, I always think of that person and I'm like, oh wait, this will work because moms say, you know, hey, this part. And I just start, I don't know, I think about it at night. And when I don't have, you know, kids running around or other obligations, it is full boutique and online and excitement always. So I'm still very much excited about the boutique. And then
girl, yes. And I love, you're so passionate about it and you want to figure it out. Not everybody can do that. And so I think it's awesome. And I it's just a bonus that you love our community so much and are trying to, you know, integrate and be a part of it and help where you can. I love it. And I love that our chamber members are like that. So just know that we are so glad you're here. I want to ask you about something that I saw, and I'm hoping that you're going to do a whole lot with this, but at Alive After 5, you brought a like tiny house and we're selling out of it. I need to know about this tiny house. So tell me about that.
Yes. So I found it, and it's another thing. I saw it and I was like, I have to have it. I just have to have it because location was very hard. And the plaza that we're in was in the process of being sold. And so, understandably, not a lot was wanting to be done. There was no new owners, that whole thing. But all of us in the plaza were just at the mercy. So I was like, how can I get people to figure it out? We've been, what landmarks and what about this? And it's just not worked out for location wise. So I said, how can I get to where somebody knows where I'm at? And I was like, everybody knows where downtown is. And then this tiny house popped up and it just kept popping up. And I was like, well, this is a sign. How much? Yeah. And we negotiated it. And I literally went and got it. Same day that I talked to them, went and grabbed it. And my husband is always the last person to know about even buying businesses. I just show up and I'm like, guess what I did?
Hey.
Guess what I did? I got a tiny house and you have to pull it because I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to set it up, but I bought it, but I bought it. And so I was like, I'm going to go downtown and then I'm just going to use it for marketing. It's a little bitty house, but it actually fits almost half my store if I wanted it to. And I said, I can do themes. I can do this. And I was like, I can do pop-ups. I can make it scavenger hunt. So I mean, my brain
That's
just
what
I was
like all the pop-ups you could have with it. Yeah.
It's been busy. So I've just got it. And then it's my first time with all the festival season. So I was trying to start slow just to get my bearings about how quick is setup, how much stuff can you get, what do you bring, so I'm still learning. And but my brain, I mean, like the amount of ideas that I have, not just for myself but for other people, because it's just sitting in my parking lot and I'm not opposed. I mean, if it's sitting there, it's just being wasted. So I'm always trying to think of, if it's not for me and I'm busy, I mean, it could be for somebody else.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's an opportunity that I got, but it can also be opportunity for somebody else is the way that I think.
I love that though about you, like how just inclusive you are. And you're like, okay, well, if I'm not using it right now, it needs to be used. Somebody else can use it. You just doing that, I think is, oh my gosh. I just think about like startup companies and stuff that, just want to try out and see if
somebody could go. I just picture like, imagine somebody just being seen, and you've seen it on like TikTok where somebody will do something small and then you see those videos where all of a sudden they're viral and they have whole businesses. I mean, I think of little things like that. And I think the only like reward that in my brain is like, oh my gosh, I was the jump off and now they're famous. That's me. And I was like, oh my God. And it's just those little things over anything that actually brings me back to my whole grandparents feeling, if they did this, like I helped them. Like, oh my gosh, like and then their kids have this and their kids are going to college. And it's like their domino effect of great was because of my one, just do it. Yeah. Just do it.
Saying yes. Yeah. Yes. Let's figure it out. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, you got to just go on this journey with me. We do not have it. I think I told you, like, I do not have this figured out. So just know.
I still don't even have it figured out.
I am trying.
Still learning today. And I think that's okay. Because if I had it all figured out, I think I would just become like just numb to it, I guess. And it wouldn't be fun anymore. So I want to always
love the challenge.
Figure it out. And I want to see what else can we do? What can we do here? What can we do? And so I'm just all in it. And I literally just kind of want to relive and have those little memories. And then when we're long gone, even if it's out of this town, or later, people to say, I really got my start from her, or her business did this and allowed me to carry in here. Or I even had a girl write me and it meant I still have her little note and I posted it. And it was, she went to college and she could never, she said, find clothes, I guess. And she was very, very self-conscious and not even wanting to go to college because she thought, I guess, like people would have money or not have money or whatever, the situation may be. But she had wrote me a note and went to college and she was like, you were the first place that, like, I remember her now. And she had jogged my memory that we shopped together, so she was like, what would you put with this? And I don't feel right. And I will tell you in my store if it doesn't look good. So it's not, I don't want you to go home and feel like I just got you for $20 or something. So if I can find an alternative or find something better, we're going to shop together in the store. And so a lot of people have come back and appreciated it. Been like, okay, we're going to a concert. Yeah. This does not look right on me. Don't tell me it does if it don't. And I'm like, let's go try it on. So I'm usually following people around, but I did that with her. And she ended up getting quite a bit of stuff. And I had no idea she was going to college. I had no idea of none of this. And I think it's a letter that they write when you graduate. Okay. I said, so they pick a business or something. Yeah. I didn't know about anything about it. And then it just was left on the counter And so I didn't get to see her. And I was like, immediately, where is she? I want her to go to school with clothes, you know, because it just literally made me just cry. I was like, I did this for her. You know, so I'm telling you, I think it really all comes back to the faces when they see the baskets, which is just a side thing that I don't know why I love doing it. I wish people would just pay me to do baskets because I'm like, oh, that's your theme.
So now you found something else you're good at doing baskets.
And I was like, I just like it. Give me like, it's a little challenge. Like, here's the color, here's the budget. And then I'm off. Like, I just like doing them. So most people will get like a basket, but I've done a lot of silent auctions and silent raffles. And then like the school shirts and stuff, it's always pro bono. So anything that's for school, it's just time. Yeah. And that's why it's not anything, and a lot of people don't know about it because I'm not going to post, you know, like, hey, look what I did.
Because when I was trying to figure out who you were, like the store, of course I stalk you too, but like I needed to know like what the store was about, and you didn't post any of that stuff, and I was like, well, it doesn't say that she like. So then, you know, then I had to actually go in the store and meet you and all the things, and I actually, the day I was in there was like 4 baskets lined up already, and I'm like, what is going on?
I remember that day,
but anyway, we could talk about this stuff all day. I do want to tell people where you're located. We're gonna try to explain this. So Charlie Smith Senior Highway. Why can't I get that out? Anyway, so in downtown, well, almost to downtown St. Mary's, Midtown, and it's going to be in between.
It's in between, I would say, in between Sonic. If you were going to pick 2 landmarks that you've probably been to, Navy Fed and Sonic.
Yes.
Is the best.
It's on the same side of the road.
Same side of the road. It's kind of recessed off. It has a little sidewalk and trees in the front. It is kind of tucked back, but if you were going by Sonic and it's on your left, you're about to pass it. And then if you're coming from Navy Fed and it's on your right, you got a little ways to take Ace, but it's right here. But it's on the same side of the street.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know why it's so hard to explain to people. We're going to get something out there.
Because even when I'm typing ads, I want to put the address, but then it's like a novel. And I'm like, okay, you know where this is? You want to go down here. And then, you know, you're going to, and it just doesn't look good, you know, in ad wise. But it's almost like that's how serious you got to be. And then like we talked about, I said, I'm going to get a crazy like blow up something, something to be like, hello, right here.
We are right here. Yes, girl.
But that's why the tiny house too is, I said, I just got a whole bunch of business cards, and then any chance I get, I'm like, just put it in your GPS. Yeah. But a lot of people, that's the Alive After 5 did help with that, because people are like, well, where's your store? Because I saw a little fraction of it in the tiny house.
It makes a difference. But I want to say thank you for participating and coming to Camden and jumping in, because people don't always do that. And a lot of times I think they sit back and wait for it to kind of come to them, and that's not how it works, unfortunately. So thank you for coming here. Love it on our people. I mean, girl, you came here with your husband. You didn't know what you were getting, you know?
He definitely tricked me, but I'm glad it all has sorted out over the years.
And I tell people there's a magic that happens here. I can't explain it, but a lot of people say they didn't want to come here, or they didn't know what it was, and they get here and now they can never imagine themselves living anywhere else. And I just tell them, I'm like, it's some kind of magic, because the first time I rode through here, I was like, where did we move? And like now, like I love it. Like I'd have
you get in your own little, you know, like,
and the people here are amazing. Like we have our crazies, of course, but like the people here are amazing, salt of the earth people.
I mean, you still get, and I even find myself in, you know, just, it's small town, so you're gonna run into the same people no matter where. It's a small town, so you can find somebody in here, even an unhappy customer, and then all of a sudden we're at the same booth. You know, we're here at dinner. You just can't avoid it. But there's a lot of things to, you know, for me to appreciate is the slowness of it. I am grateful for now, because my brain is so busy that I do like to just not have traffic. I can get through my traffic light one time. Yes. You know, that type of stuff. And so I do like the slowness of it, because I need that after my brain, because my husband swears that I'm like the 10 personalities. And so he has to be.
We all have a couple.
He has to be like the mute one. Otherwise it wouldn't. And so I'm always like 10 out of 10. Yeah. And then crash.
Yeah. Same. I totally understand that. I'm wide open all day long. Now, how can people get a hold of you? Because I know after people listen to this, they will definitely want to. So as far as social media, phone numbers, any of that stuff, what do you want to?
So I would say I couldn't figure out, we had a little problem with sync and inventory, because I didn't know boutique. So I didn't know this person was a competitor with this. I just bought a really good POS system, and I heard this was great. The website, turns out they don't like each other.
Awesome.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to open a store and can't do inventory. So it was so many setbacks. And like I said, I learned the hard way. But I finally have a website that's up, and it's just, www. It's Ink, Ivy Boutique.com. So everything that I post on Facebook, which is the best, because I will always kind of lead you like, what do you think? Do we want this? And then if we do, I say, okay, these was what's voted in. And then now it's arriving. Okay, it's here. Like you get a little timeline.
Cool. Okay.
Because it is still limited stuff to keep with the boutique vibe, so it is stuff and it's limited inventory. So I do, if you follow along and follow on Facebook, it's the best. But if you want and you're busy working, in hours, we did move our hours, and I have since hired 2 great people, 9 a.m. to get the school line. If you have that downtime after school line, you can get in, and then 6 to keep it open just a little, after the 5 o'clock, get off work. But at least now, if you see something online, you can hold it, and I'm going to snatch it. So you can at least come in, try it on, and then we can go from there. But I would say the best way to get something is you can follow the journey of one item, and it's not like, hey, it's here. You're going to see me constantly. Okay, we ordered it. It looks like next week. Be excited. Okay, here's the boxes. They're on my porch. I'm pretty open with it. Yeah. And you can follow something that you like. And a lot of people know when to come in. And now that the website's there, if they can't come in, they know just to order it. And it gets pulled. And we're good.
You're on Facebook, Instagram?
Instagram, I honestly, to be 100% transparent, I forgot that I even had Instagram because I was a MySpace baby.
Me too, girl.
If that says my age.
Me too.
But met my husband on MySpace.
Yeah. Okay.
So Instagram was not like, I wasn't used to it. So I already had Facebook and hadn't thought I'd nailed Facebook. So Instagram was so foreign to me. And everybody says, you need to do Instagram. You need to do Instagram. And I just forget about it. So I think I might have only have 100 followers on Ink and Ivy's Instagram because I don't
Instagram and like,
well, I try to link it, but I do it backwards. So I end up doing the Facebook post first when I should do vice versa. It's one of the ways. If I try to post one, you have to do with one to get it to do to both. But it's just so foreign. And I'm like, dang it, I've forgotten about Instagram.
Listen,
so guilty. And I was like, eek, I could start. And then I think I did start and say, sorry that I've missed 6 months of this. We're starting now. And then I forgot again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll probably start again.
Facebook. Just find her on Facebook.
Just Facebook. Yeah. You can look on Instagram, but it's probably like 6 months old.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. One day I'm going to get it together or just hire somebody just for that.
Yes.
Because I forget. Instagram is a lost thing for me, but Facebook definitely. And then obviously the website is up.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest. At least you can see everything and the stock and shop from home and then come get us. And another thing that I guess is a perk is I don't know how other people do their, because I haven't ordered from other boutiques, but people have just come in the store and they're saying when you order, like invoices need to be paid immediately. Pickup times, it needs to happen. And there's like a real pressure. And I understand that business needs to flow. And probably my business strategy is not somebody else's. So I don't know how it works. But like even today with the shutdown, like invoices, they want the stuff but can't pay. I mean, I give you a lead time. I have a back room. Like there's going to be time. So if you see something, just message me.
Yeah.
Just message me. We can probably get it and you're good. It's not well, you snooze, you lose. Oh, well, I'll never be that type of personality. Yeah. Or if there's really something you need, especially for the holidays, no, we can make it happen. I mean, there's later dates, there's second waves of stuff but if you don't communicate with me, you would never know that there is a second round. So maybe if you need it next week, you could get next week. But always just reach out. If you have a question, just reach out. If there's stuff that you want, just ask me because you never know. I could have something permanent in the store. I could get a second order. I can just do an order just for you. But you have to talk to me about it and then we can figure it out. Yeah. But if you never do, then you might miss out on it. But I most always will figure out a way together.
I love it.
Yeah.
Girl, you're so accommodating. I have enjoyed today. Did we forget anything? Was there anything else that you wanted to say that I didn't bring up?
I think we've probably covered just about everything. I mean, I would say just on record that I am really, really grateful for my, I don't know what you'd call them, my shoppers, the loyal ones, the new ones, they come in with notes. They come in, they remember my little puppy. They remember my life. I remember their life stories. Those days of just having conversations and them remembering me and being able to laugh with them and joke with them and walking down. And I mean, you almost feel like I'm at family, like family time.
That's how I feel about this Chamber of Commerce. Like the people that I get to work with.
It doesn't feel like work.
No, at all, because I get to learn about people and their stories and do things and go through hard times in life with them and good times in life with them. And it's, it's just really, really cool. I feel so blessed to have this job to be able to do that. And it sounds like you're the same. And I tell people all the time, like, you want to see or like have a great experience, make sure that you shop at our small businesses because you're going to meet people that do happy dances. You're going to meet, for when you actually buy something, you're going to meet somebody.
You.
Yes,
versus,
you do.
Big corporate stuff. We remember.
Like Marsha came in one time and I think y'all were best friends after, like it's just, I think it's great.
She was actually in, I think 2 days ago, and all our huge Christmas haul came.
Yeah.
And she was like, why shop here enough? And I think she threw her bag down and just started hanging up stuff on the back. And I was like,
but that's how it goes, So I think it's really cool. We are very fortunate to have you, and thank you for, loving our community so hard. We appreciate it.
I would not change anything. I mean, the hardships, all of it. I wouldn't change it. And I've already, I think, got exactly the feelings that I've been seeking. I've already filled my cup. Yeah. So it's only going to get better from here.
It is. And just think about the legacy that you're leaving behind. I just think it's awesome. So thank you for joining me today and taking the time to actually be here. Angelia, I appreciate it. Yeah. And we are so thankful you're a part of our Chamber of Commerce.
I'm happy.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. You have caught episode 77 of the Getting in Your Business podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe and get down to Ink and Ivy and Metamodern Tattoo.